All right, let's get this started. So I have a longer 13-minute video today. I'm going to try to make this as informative and entertaining as possible. Here we have northern Taiwan, and I have a 50-kilometer mountain bike ride. Now there was a lot of road riding involved, and I'm going to go through the image right here with a bit of Google Maps that I've created from the GPX file. This is road riding. Here you can see the little my cursor going over the bike path, and now I am going up into Bunker, and that is the Bunker Hill right there. And then we're going to go over here to the tea farms, and there's the tea farm area. That was a really nice ride. And now we're heading over to Guanghua, which is the third section of off-road trails. So this route had 3 off-road sections, and they were all really great. Yesterday the weather was awesome. Here I think I'm going to go back and show you a little bit more detail. Now this is probably a great place to start. It's newbie friendly or first time riders to mountain biking in Taiwan. There are some pretty nasty, crazy jumps that you need to work up towards if you've never done that before. And it's got everything. It's a great area to start off with. And now you got to do some road riding to get over here to the tea farms, which it's all single track. There aren't any jumps here, but it's really nice as well. You got some dirt road riding and then some single track in the forest pretty much, and I'll show you some video clips from there. It's pretty cool. I quite like that area. And then we're going to move on to the third section. You got to do some more road riding, but not too much, a couple kilometers. And you got to go behind this kind of factory area, and this is pretty cool. There's some motorcycles, dirt bikes, and it can be wet, it can be muddy, but yesterday was 5 days of sunshine. We had 5 sweet days of sunshine here, so it was pretty dry. Now, there are some downhill sections that I've never done before, and I'll mention those in the length of this video. But the overall distance, and I think there was like 500 meters of elevation gain. You can see that it's not too hilly, but yes, it is at about 200 meters above elevation up in Linkou. And you do have to do some hill climbing to get up or go down. But overall, it's just really nice mountain bike / doing some road cycling on. I'm on a hardtail carbon frame, so it makes it not so bad. Now, the people I rode with or met up with, they both had full suspension bikes, but they were able to do the road cycling without any trouble. Now we're entering into Bunker from the back. I call it the back door here, and sometimes there's a little gate, a little chain that you have to jump over. Never been yelled at. I definitely think it's probably private property, but nobody's ever said anything to me, and there are tons of guys that come and go on a mountain bike. No motorcycles. I haven't seen any dirt bikes or motorcycles, but yes, I'm sure a couple guys do ride up this area, but overall it's definitely mountain bikes, and you can definitely ride a gravel bike or a cyclocross I have a TCX giant frame that I sometimes will use in this area. Great single track, it's awesome. The only thing you got to worry about on this section are maybe the rocks and the roots, but you can really get moving. You can hit nice speeds. This is definitely a hill climb at 2 or 3%, but it's a great workout. And the full loop up in the corner, you can see the little image right there in the top right hand corner. The full thing is about 5.5 kilometers. So with the road riding involved, it is 5.5, whatever, 3 point something miles. And in the Bunker, you can do all kinds of stuff. There are hills to jump. There's some crazy downhill moments. It basically offers everything. And it's a great area just to hang out the afternoon and do some CX riding, do some of the jumps. They're the folks that I'm going to ride with in a minute. There are a handful of people who work on the trails, who make ramps and jumps and all this kind of stuff. I have yet to I've helped out, not really helped out at all. I definitely know I know the Filipino guys, and I know right now there are 2 foreign fellows, and then there's the local fellows as well who kind of take care of these trails, and they do a pretty good job. Yesterday when I was doing this downhill section, I noticed that it's getting kind of rooted, what is the word? I don't think it's due to motorcycle traffic. I think it's due to the rain. So it did rain. It's been raining a lot, and right here we just got the rocks and the roots, but there were a couple moments yesterday where I was like, I'm riding in a rut. It was like, this is not good. Why are we stuck in a rut? But this section can be kind of intimidating for a new person on a mountain bike. Right here, it's like, bam, it's roots, it's roots, it's roots. It's like a staircase. And there are a couple other places, but overall, it's super fun. And I'm not the fastest downhill rider, but I do okay. I'm just okay. The section here, though, you definitely need to concentrate and be on your game. So a lot of trees, a lot of rocks. Once you're out of this, it picks up, and it's still a little bit of uphill, but it's a great ride because here we go. She is always here on a Saturday afternoon, and I just say, hey, and she kind of got out of the way for a minute. But that was that section right there where she stopped is a bit of a drop, and you definitely need to either be on your game to make it down, or as she had done, stopped and positioned her bike to get going again. So yeah, boom, just right there, really nice. So we're in the bunker. This is the full loop. I don't know the distance on this part, but the section that I do from the road is about 5.5 kilometers. Not quite like this one. I can make it under 20 on a good day. I didn't even push it yesterday and went 21:54, I think, which is not bad. But yeah, under 20 is great. So yeah, you got to gun it. Now we are moving towards, or changing direction. We did some road riding, and I talked to the two riders that are behind me, an American Taiwanese fellow from Colorado and a girl from Russia, and they were great company. We had a good time. This is the tea farm, and as you can see, it's a big open dirt road, and it's pretty cool at the beginning, and then there's some really nice single track that has been cut out. Most likely the motorcycle crew comes through. The guys that ride the dirt bikes, they're the ones that have made a lot of these trails, and we're gonna do some of them now. So this is great. Sometimes I consider the main event of the ride because these trails are really nice. You get some nice flow track, and it's not too difficult. There aren't any crazy, insane downhill moments that I ride. There's a downhill that goes down to the main road that I don't mess around with it. Some water, some mud yesterday, but overall it was pretty dry. It's just a really neat area. They do some crazy uphill motorcycle rides on the side of the cliff here, and I wouldn't be going down this. And they both agreed, yeah, not for the mountain bikes. But it's just a straight up drop, probably like 50% or something like that. So I see the guys try to climb up it on the dirt bikes. But in this bamboo, man, it was just really relaxing and super nice. We had a great afternoon. Yeah, I don't mind the road riding, and nobody complained. But there was 2 or 3 kilometers of road riding to get to the next section, and we spent a couple, 30 or 40 minutes in this just to show them because they had never been. So we did a portion of it, not everything, but that's cool because once you know where the location is, you can go back and explore all afternoon, all morning if you want. And it's great to have this in Taiwan. It's just really so nice. So here's the last section I'm going to talk about. This is Guanghua, and this is I believe there's no English name. Guanghua, I'm pretty sure is the correct Chinese name for it. This is single track, and it's a straight shot. There are some downhill moments off to the side. I haven't explored everything here, but what I have done, I've probably done this about a dozen times I've been in this area. I love it. It's fast. It's not that dangerous. There are some rocks. There are some roots. The only thing about it is it can be muddy, and it can be just a mess if you get a rainy day, and the water in some of the sections just does not evaporate. So you definitely got to watch out or be careful, or just be like, I'm going to get muddy today. I'm going to go do this, and that's what's going to happen. But overall, 90% of it is just fast and fun with this hard-packed single track right here. There occasionally you'll see the motorcycle guys out, and overall I've never had any trouble. We kind of watch out for each other, and it's all good. But you never know when an accident can happen, and when they happen, they do. So just be careful. Yeah, it's great. Now you can see the little picture in the top right-hand corner. I believe you can do a loop, but I have yet to go down the steep downhill moments because I usually get out here like at 4:30 or 5, and I'm just like, I'm not sure if I want to deal with the hill today. I know it's not very long. It looks like a 10-minute, 15-minute, whatever, however long, but I've yet to go down it because I think you can loop up or connect up to some of the way you see the little red lines there on the image that I posted. I'm just happy with what I do. I just go out with the 2 kilometers of this single track and I just burn right through it and then turn around and climb back up. And the grade is like 2%. It's not very steep to get back, so it's a good workout to roll through in both directions. And it's super fun. So, here comes a motorcycle fella. He's like, yeah, okay, you got out of the way, crazy. Great. But overall, it was a great day. The Russian girl, man, she was tough as nails. She crashed and hurt her blood coming out of her elbow, but she was like, nah, I'm fine. She's all good. And then the fella from Colorado he had lots of stuff to say about mountain biking. He was on a salsa dual suspension, full suspension bike with a really neat oval shaped front chainring, and had a lot to talk about riding in Taiwan, riding in Colorado, and just a really nice day. Nice to have some company and show them both these 2 sections. I met them in the bunker, and we ended up riding together to both the tea farms and this area here. Overall, these videos, I'm just trying to kind of get the message out in English. There are areas that are not just crazy downhill moments in Taiwan to ride a mountain bike, and I think that if you're close enough, if you have a car to owning a mountain bike in Taiwan, yeah, sure, great, do it. It's a great bike to ride, and you don't have to be out in the city with all the cars. You get a moment to be in the green, and there are some neat locations where it is like, the sirens out there. There are some neat locations to ride, and this is in northern Taiwan, up in Taoyuan County. The one fellow from Colorado yesterday mentioned that the Taipei area is just crazy downhill and it's rocky and super technical. And yes, I have never ridden in that area, but I have heard stories. Down in Taichung, Super 8, and the Laowai area, that's also a nice area to ride. And then I don't know too much about Gueishan, but I know there is some great cycling for a mountain bike down south. So here we got 13 minutes if you watch the whole thing. I'm always up for a weekend ride on the mountain bike. If you want to contact me and arrange something, I'll be more than happy to show you a long afternoon. I'm not much of a morning rider, but if that's how it has to be, I'll make an arrangement. Overall, it's just really nice. So the whole ride yesterday was like 3 hours and 13 minutes. And yeah, there was a lot of road riding involved, but you get 30 minutes here of off-road. You can do 45 minutes in another section. So you're definitely getting, it's almost half and half, maybe 40% off-road, 60% on-road. Maybe I'm being a little too pessimistic, but yeah, it was a great ride, and it's super cool. So there we go. There's 13 minutes of me talking about my mountain bike riding in Taiwan, and I think we're going to call it. Sweet.